Yes. Yeah. So all of you, good morning, everyone. Yes. All are HTML only. Any Oracle students? This is not Oracle class. This is HTML, JavaScript, CSS. Yes. Okay. So online students. So online students, can you hear my voice, right? Online students. Yes. Yes. So let us see. Yes. So let us see the course introduction. So this is a first class and all classes are regular classes. There's no demo class. Okay. All are regular classes and you have to attend the class regularly. If you want to gain the knowledge, you must be regular in the class and you have to do all the tasks which are given in the classroom. If you do that, then you'll become master in the subject. If you are regular, then it become a problem, right? So you have to attend the class regularly in order to get the subject completely. And you have to do the tasks which are given in the class. So every day at the end of the at the end of the class, I'll be giving homework. Now you have to do that. Okay. Yes. Let us start with the course introduction. So what is your course? Course title is, so there's no demo classes, all are regular classes. Okay. And this is HTML. This course title is HTML, CSS, and one more is a JavaScript. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then, now what is the duration? What is the duration of this course? Okay. The duration of this course is, okay, 45 sessions, 45 to 50 sessions it will take. Okay. 45 to 50 sessions it will take approximately. Okay. To complete this HTML, CSS, and one more is what? JavaScript. And what is the prerequisites? Who can do this course? And what is your course timings? So this is your course timings here. The course timings is, you'll have the class from 11 a.m. to, okay, 12:45, 12:45 or 12:50 p.m. Okay. Yes. Then who can learn this course? So what is the prerequisites for learning this course? What is the prerequisites for learning this course? Anyone can learn this course. Anyone can learn this course. Who want to build their career in, anyone can learn this course. Who want to build, who wants to build, who wants to build career, career in, who want to build career in, okay, okay, in who want to build a career or who want to become who want to become, what is it, web developer? Okay, or you'll say UI developer, UI or UX developer, or front-end developer. So all these people can learn. Or those who want to build their career as a Java developer, .NET, or what do you call it as Python web developer, they can learn this course. Okay, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. What is the main objective? What is the main objective of this course is at the end of the course, you can able to develop what you can able to develop a website. You can able to develop a website. You can able to develop what you can able to develop front end. You are learning which one only front end. You are not learning back end. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript comes under which one? Front end. So the main objective of this course is at the end of the course, you can able to develop a website or you can able to develop a front end for web application. Okay, front end for web application, right? That is a main objective. But there are so many backends out there. Backend like Java, Python, okay, .NET, all this comes under which technologies? Backend technologies. When you're working with which applications? Web applications, right? So anyone can learn this course. Anyone, miss? I think you know it. Nowadays, HTML, CSS introduced in 8th class in CBSE. Now CBSE 8th class student is learning what HTML and CSS. I mean, in 8th standard only start developing what websites. And yet in 8th standard only they introduce what Python. In ICSE might be introduced in 5th class. People start learning programming languages. Getting on that? Okay? Yes. So course title is HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The duration of this course is 45 to 50 sessions and the course timings is 11 a.m. to 12:50. And what is the prerequisite of this course is anyone can learn this course who want to become web developer or UI, UX developer or front-end developer. The main objective of this course is developing a website or developing a front end for web applications. Is you're listening one term called which one? You're listening one term called which one? Full stack. Full stack what? Web developer. Full stack web developer or full stack. Okay, full stack developer. Full stack web developer means you may find a full stack which developer, Java developer, full stack Java developer. Okay, full stack. Tell me here. Tell me. Full stack .NET developer. Very good. Full stack .NET developer and full stack Python developer. Very good. Now full stack Python developer. Full stack web developer can be full stack Java developer and full stack .NET developer or full stack Python developer. It means in full stack, one thing is compulsory. Which one is compulsory? Web development. Which one is compulsory? Front end. You have a front end and you have a back end. You have a front end, back end, and one more is what? Database. Front end, back end, and one more is a database. Now suppose front end is a common. Front end is a common for all Java developer, .NET developer, Python developer. What is that front end? HTML, CSS, JavaScript is compulsory. Now back end, now based on your interest, okay, you may learn the back end as what? Java. You may learn back end as what? .NET. You may learn back end as what? Python. Or you may learn back end as what? PHP, anything. Now this is called as which one? backend. And based on your interest, you may learn different databases, like it can be Oracle, or it can be what? MySQL, or it can be what? SQL Server. But here, the common thing is which one? Front end. So that is HTML, CSS, and one more is a JavaScript. Now, is it useful or not? Yes. So once you complete this course, you can apply as a which developer, or you can develop as which developer? Front end developer. Front end developer. According to the survey, most of the websites developed using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. 97 or 98 or 99% of websites, 99% of websites are written using HTML, CSS, and what? JavaScript. Popular websites like what? Popular websites like what? Amazon. Popular websites like what? Amazon, Netflix. All these are websites or not? Yes. This popular websites, Google. Okay, all these websites are built using what? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It means without HTML, CSS, JavaScript, is it web is there? No. It means whenever you are talking about web, you required. Whenever you are talking about web, you required HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Getting on not? But before moving into this, okay, is it clear this one? Okay, front end, back end, and one more is a database. So front end is a common. Front end is a common here. Front end is a common. That is what you see. That is what you see is called as a front end. What you see, it is called as which one? Front end. What is that? Suppose login pages, login or sign in, where you enter. What you enter? Username. What you enter? Username, and one more is a password. Very interesting. And I'm saying now you can develop some beautiful websites once you complete this. Now that is B. Now see, you can also become a freelancer. Once you complete HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you can become what? Freelancer. Freelancer means you can develop websites by your own. You can develop blogs. You can develop blogs. You can develop some tutorials. You can develop a lot of things. So where you can earn money by yourself. But people just learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript. But you can develop a lot of things by using HTML, CSS, and what? JavaScript. Okay. Yes. Now this is a button called what is this button? Sign in or login. Okay. So this you can call it as which one? All right. This is called as what? Front end or back end? Front end. This is called as a front end, and this is built using which one? HTML. HTML. We'll discuss about what is HTML, history of HTML, what is internet, what is web, all these things we'll see. ABC, we start from ABC, A for apple, like that. Don't worry, right? So because I'm just giving only introduction, okay, I'm just giving only introduction, what is a front end and what is a back end is. Okay, a web application consists of two. One is a front end and one more is a back end, right? So front end, see, for example, Java is there. Okay, Java, you develop one program. Suppose in Java, you write one program. Okay, for your program, will you develop a front end or not? Suppose you write a Java program, for your program, will you write a front end or not? What do you say, yes or no? Will you write a front end for your Java program? Yes. For example, I want to write a Java program for adding two numbers. I want to write a Java program for adding two numbers. What do you do it? You'll say class, what is it? Demo. Then you start writing public static. Yes, public static void main. Okay, so main and then string up. some ARGS, okay, ARGS, and then you start adding two numbers, right? Adding two numbers means I start creating one scanner. I create a scanner, right? Why I'm creating a scanner for input? Why I'm creating a scanner for input, right? Scanning means input. Yes or no? It means I'm developing which one now? Front end. I'm developing a front end or not? Yes, where I'll input the data. So where I'm saying n1 equal to, I just write integer dot, what is that? Parse scan dot, sorry, you can directly read it, right? Scan dot, what is that? Next int. Okay, n2 equal to scan dot, what is that? Next int. So here you can display one message. What is the message you can display? System dot out dot println. Okay, what you should enter? Number what? One, number one, enter number one, and system dot out dot println. Println, what is that? Number two. Number one and number two. Okay, yes. Now, this part is called which one? All right, this part is called as which one? All right, this part is what? What you are doing? What you are doing here? You are trying to input number one and number two. Is it this is called front end or not? Yes. Where how your program interact with the end user? How your program interact with the end user? That you call it as which one here? Front end logic. Is it this is called as input logic or not? Yes, input. Here also you are doing what? Or here also you are doing what? Input. In web also you are doing what? Input. In Java program also you are giving what? Input. In Java program also you are giving what? Input, right? But this is called which application? Console based. Is it web application or console based? Console based. Okay, yes. But now after that, you are writing N3. Suppose N3 equal to N1 plus what? N2. These are different logics or not? Yes, this is the input logic. This is the input logic, and this is a processing, and then next is what? Displaying. Displaying which one? Output. By saying system dot out dot println sum is, okay, sum is, you'll just say what is that? N3. You just concatenate which value? N3 value. Okay, now this is a program. For this program, you are giving input from keyboard or not? Yes, you are giving input from keyboard. If you run this program, what will happen? It will ask you to enter number one, where you enter number one, and it will ask you to enter number two, where you enter number two, and then after that you are adding two numbers and you are assigning to what? N3, and then displaying the output or not? Yes, it means every program is having how many logics? Program is having how many logics? See here, this is which logic? Input. This is called process, and this is called array. This is called as what? Input. This is called as a process. This is process, and this is what? Output. This is input, and this is a process, and this is what? Output. But when it comes to the web application, how you are giving input? When it comes to the web application, how you are giving input? HTML. How you are giving input? HTML. You are giving input using what? HTML. HTML is a programming language. All right, tell me here, is it HTML is a programming language? Yes or no? No, HTML is not a programming language. Why HTML is not programming language? Because programming language contain variables, data types, conditional statements, control statements, functions. Okay, it is having all these things or not? Yes, because of that it is not called as which language? Programming language. It is called as which language? Markup language. We'll discuss that. Okay, so HTML is not a programming language. HTML is not a programming language. It is HTML is which language? Markup language. When you're saying it is a programming language, every programming language will have some characteristics or not? Yes. For example, C is a programming language. Java is a programming language. Python is a programming language. .NET is a programming. Yes, but programming language required certain data types for reserving what space for the data, and it is having some operators for performing certain operations, right? And it provides some control statements like conditional statements and looping statements, and it provide you to write or build some data types. Now all these are the characteristics of which language? Programming language. But is it all these things are there in HTML? No, it is not a programming language. It is a markup language. It is used for designing what here? Web page. If you want to create a web page, you are creating a web page, right? If you see any, suppose now if you see amazon.com, now this you can call it as what you see. This you call it as which one? Web page. This is called as a web page, and the same thing is called as a front end or not? Yes, it is a front end. Can you see the code of this? Can you see the code of this here? You can see the code. Now just see the view. Any other website? Now if you see, this is Naresh Reddy website. Okay, now can you see the view, the page is source or not? Yes. Now if you see this, now this complete, this is called as which one here? Web page. And this is called as a web page, or this is called as a front end. And this complete web page or this complete front end is written by using which one? HTML. You can see HTML. But are you see anywhere like integer, float, if, else, while, for? Can you see anything here? No, because HTML is not a programming language. HTML is not a programming language. It is a markup language. And I'll tell you what is the meaning of markup. Okay, now, so HTML is only for developing which one? Document. Okay, it is only which one? Front end. Okay, if it is used for developing a web page, and along with the HTML, you are also using one more thing. What is it? Another thing you are using? CSS. Now CSS stands for cascading style sheet. Style sheet means if you want to apply the style to the HTML document, you are applying the style to the HTML document by using which one? CSS. Okay. For example, assume that I just draw one car. I want to beautify the car. What do you do? It paint it. So painting is nothing but styling it. Okay, drawing some pictures, that can be called as again what? Styling it, right? An action, I want my car should what? Move. Then I can do that by using which one? JavaScript. Actions can be performed on HTML by using which one? JavaScript. HTML for creating what? Web page. CSS is for styling web page. Is nothing but makeup. Okay, yes. HTML is a plain. CSS is what? Styling it. JavaScript is what? Performing actions. Okay, using HTML I design a car. Using CSS I style the car. Using JavaScript I can make my car to what? Move. I can perform some actions. I can perform certain actions on which one? Web page by using which one? JavaScript, right? So in order to develop a web page, you required HTML, CSS, and one more is JavaScript. But before moving into this HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, we'll just see some fundamentals of web, internet, and networking. Before moving to the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, we just learn, okay, fundamentals of what? Networking, right? Yes. Please just to try to understand what is HTML stands for. Hypertext Markup Language. Is a programming language? No. What it is? Markup language. Okay. So why it is not called as a programming language? Because it is not having variables, data types. All these things are not there in what? HTML, right? And CSS stands for cascading style sheets. It is used for styling what? Web page. Okay. It is used for styling which one? Web page. And next one is what? JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language or scripting language. Scripting language. It is used to perform actions on which page? Web page. That is done by using JavaScript. Okay. Is it clear this one? Okay. Next. Is it clear? Yes or no? Online students. Online students. Online students. You people are there. Yes. Online students. Is it clear what I said? Yes. See every, yes. Online students. Yes. Please. Online students. Please try to respond it. Okay. Please try to respond. Right. Okay. Then let us see. Yeah. Yes. So it means, for example, in web application, now you are using HTML, CSS, JavaScript as what? Front end. Using this front end, what you're doing? All right. Using this front end, what you do it? Front end. What you see is called as what? Front end. What you cannot see is called as what? Back end. You go to ATM. You go to what? ATM. Okay. So what do you do it? You just insert the card. When you insert the card, it will ask you to enter pin code. You enter the pin code. That is how you input the pin code, by using one interface or not. Yes. That is called as which one? Front end. After giving pin code, you just submit. Once you submit, what will happen? Your pin is processed or not? Yes. It is sent to which one? Backend. This input is given to what? Backend. And this backend can be developed using Java. This backend can be developed using .NET. This backend can be developed using Python. And this backend communicate with what? Database. So where your details are in database, where it will verify, is it this pin is correct or not? If the pin is correct, what your Java program is doing? It is generating output. In web, always the output is in the form of what? HTML. So in HTML is for presentation or not? Yes. What you are presenting? Data. What you are presenting? Information. This information can be in the form of text. This information can be in the form of images. This information can be in the form of audio. This information can be in the form of video. Getting on not? HTML is for presentation. What you are presenting it to the end user? What you are presenting it? Some text. Some text. If you take tutorial, what you are presenting it? Text. If you take YouTube, what you are presenting it? Video. Okay. If it is Spotify, what you are presenting it? Audio, video, everything you are presenting it or not? Yes. It is only for presentation. But how you are processing it? How you are processing it? Or how you are processing it? Backend. That is where your Java, .NET, Python come into the picture. Where you are storing all this information in database. Persistent logic, processing logic, presentation logic. Presentation is important or not? Yes. Presentation means input as well as output. Input as well as what? Output. That you call it as which one? Presentation. Right? Okay. So before talking more on this, history of HTML or history of CSS or history of which one? JavaScript. Let us start with the simple things related with networking, because you'll be working on networking or not. Yes, because internet, web, what is internet, what is web, what is networking, what is protocol? You should know all these fundamentals or not. Yes. Now let us talk about networking fundamentals. Okay. First we'll start with the prerequisites before starting HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay. Yes. Fundamentals. So fundamentals of networking and web. Let us talk about fundamentals of networking and web. Yes, are getting or not? Okay, fundamentals of networking and web. Let us start with the what is networking. Let us start with a simple question. What is networking? Tell me, what is networking? Please hear, what is networking? What is networking? Come on here, no answer. Online students, you can also answer it. What is networking? Online students, you can also answer it. Offline students, you can also answer it. What is networking? Sharing, sharing information. No. Yes, connection between various computers. Connection between various devices can be called as what? Networking. Networking. Okay, networking is a logical or physical link. Networking, yes. Accessing from other devices, connections, connection. Okay, networking. Networking is a, yes. What is networking? So networking is a logical, see, now you people are freshers, right? Freshers means fresher level questions. They don't ask you, oh, IAS level questions, right? Fresher level questions. What is HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. What it is? Why it is used? Yes or no? Networking layers. They'll ask you, what are the networking layers? How many layers are there in networking? How many layers will be there? 7 layers. Huh? 7 layers are OS layers or networking layers? OS layers or network layers? 7 layers are OS layers or network layers? OS layers. Networking layers are how many? 5 only. Kadam, first question is you go as you prepare all the things. First question is, okay, you applied as a web developer, fresher level, right? What is networking? What is internet? What is web? When web is developed? Now, these are simple questions they'll ask. If you are not able to tell these questions, you know, even Spring Boot microservices, you have to come back. Because freshers means you should have minimum knowledge. Minimum knowledge is required. If you have a minimum knowledge, they'll give you the training after joining. Yes or no? Okay. But if you don't have any knowledge, then is it possible to give the training? No. Yes or no? So please learn from fundamentals, right? Okay. What is networking? Okay. So networking is a logical or physical link. Okay. Networking is a logical or physical link between two or more devices. These devices can be computers or this can be any other device. Two or more devices. Two or more devices. Two or more devices is called which one? Networking. Ring honor. So in order to have a communication, between two systems, both the systems should be connected or not? Yes. How these systems are connected? Through network. How the systems are connected? Through what? Network. Okay. With the help of networking, what you are doing? Communicate. Networking is used for communication. What you are sending, what you are communicating, you are sharing what? Information. You are sharing what? Data. You are sharing information or sharing data. You are here. You want to send a message to your friend who's there in US. What do you do it? Just send a message or not? Yes. In your WhatsApp or Gmail or anything you are using to send a message or not? Yes. Exchanging data, exchanging what? Information, sharing what? Resources. For example, cloud computing is there. Cloud. Where you find cloud? Cloud, sir? Will you find cloud in cloud, sir? No. Cloud computing is a web. Is it a web or not? Yes. Which will provide is a servers. Okay. Cloud computing is a collection of servers which provide the infrastructure for hardware as well as what? Software. So nowadays people are putting everything in what? Cloud. Yes or no? AWS. AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. Okay. Is a cloud provider or not? Yes. Who provide AWS? Amazon. Okay. Google is also providing, right? What is that? GCP. Okay. Google Cloud provider. Okay. Even Microsoft also providing or not? Yes. What is that? Azure. Windows Azure is a cloud service provided by whom? Microsoft. Services. It means nowadays everything they are putting in what? Cloud, because the companies, they don't want to invest on infrastructure. They don't want to invest on what? Infrastructure. They want to develop and deploy everything in what? Cloud only. Getting on it. That's the reason even full stack developers should know what? One cloud. You should know one cloud, AWS or GCP or any cloud. So networking is a logical or physical link between two or more devices. So networking, okay, networking is used to share what? Data. Networking is used to share data, information, or you can call it as resources. Sharing resources. This resources, when you're saying resources, these resources can be either software resources or this can be what? Hardware resources. These resources can be either software resources or these resources can be what? Hardware resources. Okay. This is clear? What is networking? What do you say here? Yes or no? Okay. I'll ask the questions. Okay. What is IP address? What is IP address? Next question is, what is IP address? Yes, IP address means internet protocol address. Address. Suppose you're there in Hyderabad, your friend is there in Hyderabad. Okay, you don't know address. Can you reach her? You want to contact your friend. Okay, but to contact your friend, what do you need to know? Address. नहीं तो हैदराबाद पूरा घूमते रहते क्या? नहीं. So you should know what address. Until unless you don't know address, can you reach her? No, you cannot reach. So what do you need to know? Address. Getting on. So what is IP address? What is IP address? Internet. Okay, abbreviation is very good. You people are very good in abbreviations. Yes, IP address is yes. Any online students? Online students, tell me what is IP address? Unique address of PC. Very good. That is what technical definitions. You should know it. Technical definition, not normal definitions, right? Technical definition. What is IP address? Is a unique address or unique number given to each system in what? Network. Each system in the network is identified with one unique number, and that unique number is called which one? IP address. Each system in the network, each system in network, or each system or device in network, in networking is identified with unique. Yes, very good. Yes. Each system or device in networking is identified with unique number called which one? IP address. Who give the IP address? Who gives the IP address? Who gives the IP address? In company, one company is there. You are working in one company. You want to communicate with some other person in the company. Then who give the IP address? You give the IP address to the system. No. you don't give the IP address, is given by network engineer. Network engineer, right? A networking engineer will be there. Every company networking engineer will be there who manages which one? Networks, right? So networking administrator, who gives the IP address? Network administrator. You don't give any IP address. You don't change any IP address in the company, right? So that IP addresses in networking, our system is given by network administrators. And then that is called as IP address. Okay, IP address. Every system is identified with the IP address. But is it difficult to remember the IP address or not? Yes, it is difficult to identify which one? IP address. This IP address is wrapped within one name, and that name is called which name? Host name. Tell me host name. You'll say www.nareshit.com. That is called as which name? Host name. That host name is mapped with what? IP address. That host name is mapped with what? IP address. Remember this. Okay. So host name is a wrapper of, or tell me your host name is a wrapper of what? IP address. Host name is a wrapper of IP address. Okay. Yes. Because identifying or remembering IP address is somewhat complex. Remembering IP address is somewhat complex. Because of that, you are identifying each system with some name, and that name you call it as which one? Host name. For example, one apartment is there. Apartment is having house number or not? Yes, house number will be there. So identifying house number is somewhat difficult, but identifying name is what? Easy. Ring or not? Identifying name is what? Easy. Now where is Naresh IT? Some building name is there or not? Yes, you'll just say building name, but you don't give what? Building number. That house number, right? House number will give house number, or identifying becomes what? Easy. Yes or no? Okay. Yes. In the same, suppose Maitri Vanam, that complete complex name is what? Maitri Vanam. But that Maitri Vanam is having some number or not? Yes. But are you identifying with the number or name? Name. Searching with the name. That name is bind with what? Address. Who gives the names? Who gives the names? No, not network. We give the names. Yeah. We choose the names, right? Naresh IT. Who give the name Naresh IT? We choose the name. If that name is not there, we can use that name or not? Yes. So the system not only identified with the IP address. Suppose IP address means, suppose something like this: 127.0.0.1. Is it somewhat difficult or not? Yes. Suppose if I give the name as NIT, is it NIT is easy or not? Yes. Getting or not? Yes. Let us see. Host name. Host name is a wrapper of IP address, or host name is bind with what? Or host name is bind with what? IP address. Host name is bind with what? IP address. Next. So what is next one is what is port number? Next question comes here is what is port number? Port number is it? What is port number? Yes. What is port number? Now see, whenever you are talking about networking, in networking, how many programs will be there? In networking, how many programs will be there? In networking, अरे कितने programs है? Networking में एक जन है, एक ही send करते क्या? Networking, how many programs will be there? 2 programs will be there. One is client and one more is what? Server. अरे what year? How you people get the job? Then you'll say 100% job guarantee, but not get a job. If you are like this, how you get the job? You have to study. Otherwise, very difficult. Yes or no? Huh? Yes. In networking, how many programs will be there? 2 programs. What is that? Client and one more is a server. In internet, which one is called as a client? Client बोले तो user नहीं होता यार. Program है एक. Browser. Who's a client here? Browser. How user interact? By using which one? Browser. अरे daily use करते. In internet, which one is called as a client? Browser. It's called as thin client. It means you interact with the internet by using which program? Browser. Browser is called as which program? Client program. You want to connect to the Gmail. What do you do it? Open first what? Browser. First you open browser. बाद में www.gmail.com is called address. Address or not? Yes. Once you press enter, connect to which one? Server. Connect to what? Server. किधर रहता है server? एक सिस्टम के अंदर रहता है यार. Okay. Server किधर रहता है? एक सिस्टम के अंदर. Server is programmer or not? Yes. Server is a system or server is a programmer? Program. होटल है. होटल क्या है? होटल इज वन बिल्डिंग. उसके अंदर कौन रहता? सर्वर रहता. होटल के अंदर क्या रहता? सर्वर. सर्वर का जॉब क्या है? सर्व करना. सर्वर का जॉब इज व्हाट? सर्विंग. यू गिव द ऑर्डर. हु गिव द ऑर्डर? क्लाइंट. इडली. then server take idli. Server take what? Idli. Order. Then should prepare idli or not? Yes. Who will prepare idli? Server. Chef यार. सर्वर टेक ओनली ऑर्डर यार. अभी सर्वर जाके इडली प्रिपेयर करके लेके आता है क्या? ये होटल को भी नहीं गए यार. सर्वर टेक ओनली ऑर्डर यार. हु प्रिपेयर? चेफ. किचन के अंदर एक जना रहता है यार. चेफ विल बी देयर हु प्रिपेयर ऑर्डर एंड गिव इट टू होम? सर्वर. एंड सर्वर गिव्स टू कस्टमर. ओके. क्लाइंट और कस्टमर राइट. सो यार अरे क्या यार आप लोग बहुत I thought of you people are very intelligent. Yes or no? But anyway, no problem. Okay. So in internet, how many programs will be there? 2 programs. One is a client and one more is a server. 2 are programs only. Don't say client means user. Client is a program which communicate with which program? Server program. Okay. Server whose responsibility to take the request from whom? Client. And to process it, you require some programs at which side? Server side. That is what you call it as backend. So backend is just like what? Chef who prepare. Take the request and prepare and give the result to which one? Server. And server gives to whom? Client. That is how it's just like hotel only. Yes. 2 programs will be there. One is a client and one more is a server. Okay. Yes. Now this is which program? Client program. Client. This is a client. And in this is what here? Server. Server program will be there. Servers. Different servers will be there. Yes or no? Different servers. This is assume that this is which server? Some web server. Okay, na? This is which server? Web server. Web server. This is which server? Some database server. This is which database server? Oracle. And this is web server. Assume that this is a server called which one? Tomcat. Web server. Okay, na? So this is one system or not? Yes, system. And in this system, how many servers are there? 2 servers are there. And how server is identified with? Or how server is identified with one unique number. That server is identified with what? Unique number. And that number you call it as which number? Port number. So port number is nothing but is an identification given to each program running within the system. Server program. Each server program is given one unique number, and that number you call it as which one? Port number. Port number. Port number. This is also called port number. It is just like apartment is there. Apartment, house number, flats are having flat numbers. Flat number 101, flat number 102, flat number 1, 2, 3, 4. Flat numbers are nothing but port numbers. Each server program is identified with which number? Port number. If I want to connect to web server, suppose if I want to connect to Oracle database, first I should connect to, or if I want to connect to database server, first I should connect to system. First I should connect to system. System is identified with IP address. Very good. System is identified with IP address. Server program is identified with port number. Okay. So client, suppose client want to connect to which server? Oracle server. First you should connect to what? System. Flat number 101 में जाना बोले तो हवा में चढ़ते. First you go to apartment, then go to which one? Flat number 101. Apartment को जाते पहले वहां पे जाना ना, बाद में flat number 101. Direct उठ के चले आते क्या? Without knowing anything. Yeah, what here? You should connect to the system first. First connect to the system and then connect to which one? Server. In one system, how many servers can have? Any number of. But each server is identified with one number. And that you call it as which one? Port number. What there in the server? What is there in the server? Server is a software or hardware? Software. Server is a software. Database server contain data. Very good. बस उतना है, ज्यादा नहीं. Database server contain what? Data. Web server contain intelligent. Web server contain web application. Web server contain web application. Where your web application resides within web server. Who will serve your web application resources? Web server. Getting on it? Web server serve which resources? Your application resources to either one client or more than one client, right? But each server is identified with one unique number, and that you call it as which number? Port number. Yes. So what is port number? Is it an integer number or not? Yes. Okay. Port number. Because we develop web application and we put our web application into server. Okay, na? So that server can serve web application resources to either one client or more than one client, right? So port number is a integer number. Port number is an integer number used to identify what? It is used to identify what? Server program. Used to identify which program? Server program. Getting on not? Okay. Yes. So when you type the address, whenever you say address with what? Host name along with what? Port number. Host name along with the port number. So that you call it as URL or not? Yes. URL. So what is port number? What is host name? And what is IP address? And what is networking? Is it clear, this definitions? What do you say here? Then next one is what is protocol? What is protocol? What is protocol? Protocol. How this client and server programs talk to each other? By using which one? Protocol. What protocol define? Set of rules and regulations. Protocol define Protocol means rules only, right? Protocol defines set of rules and regulations. Regulations to have communication between two programs in which one? Networking, please. Okay, protocol defines set of rules and regulations to have a communication between two programs in networking. Two persons are there. Okay, na? Two persons are there. These are two persons, right? Now this is one person. Okay, this is one person and this is one more person. Now these two persons want to talk to each other. Then how these two persons will talk to each other? By using one language or not? Yes, one language. What language define set of rules and regulations? For example, Hindi. Hindi is there. Now this person talk in which one? Hindi. You want to communicate with this person. Now this both the persons should know what? Hindi. Suppose this person knows Hindi, this person doesn't know Hindi. Then is it possible to have a communication? No. Yes or no? So in internet or in networking, you find so many protocols, right? Example, you'll say, you know any protocols? Tell me, you know any protocols? There is a protocol. What is a protocol? HTTP. Example is HTTP is there. What is HTTP stands for? Hypertext transfer protocol. Hypertext transfer protocol. Now this is a client, right? This is a client, and this is which one? Server. This both are communicating with each other by using which one? HTTP. This person is called which person? HTTP client, and this person is called as which person? HTTP server. Now HTTP client talk to which one? HTTP server. English person talk to English. Hindi person talk to Hindi. Telugu person talk to Telugu. HTTP client talk to HTTP server. FTP client talk to FTP server. SMTP client talk to SMTP server. So is it a way of communication or not? Yes, that is done by using which one here? Protocol. Now HTTP is called as which protocol? It is called as which protocol? Application protocol. Now HTTP is used in which layer? In networking, HTTP is used in which layer? HTTP is used in which layer? Application layer. It is used in which layer? Application layer, right? It is used in application layer, right? Just try to understand. Hypertext transfer protocol. It is used. Yes. Lot of messages, right? Okay. Is it clear up to this? Okay. Then next is, this is about, yes. Then what is, next one is, what is URL? What is URL? URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. URL stands for Uniform Resource Uniform Resource Locator or location. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. What it consists of? URL consists of what? What you type in URL? You type which one? Protocol. You type which one? Protocol. Next is, what URL contain? Protocol. Next is what? Next is what? You'll say either host name or what is this? IP address. Then next one is what? Port number. Next one is what? Resource. Next one is a resource. What it contain? Protocol, host name or IP address, port number, and one more is a resource. URL consists of protocol, host name, IP address or port number, or what is that? Resource. For example, yes. For example, now this is the system. Please just try to understand. All these are basics. Not yet started HTML. Tomorrow we'll start HTML, right? So before that, I'm just giving brief idea about it. Okay. Yes. Now this is which one? This is which one? Server. Within this server, what is there? What is there in the server? Web application is there. This is web application. Web application 1. And this is what here? Index.html. Okay. And this IP address is some 127 dot, okay, 0.0.1. And this server port number is what here? 80. For example, this is a client. This is which program? Client program. Now client want to access which page? Index.html. Then what he'll do? He'll type www. HTTP. What is the protocol? HTTP /n/. Then what is the next one? IP address. What is IP address? 127.0.0.1. Colon. What is the port number? 80. 80 is port number or not? Yes. 80 port number, or it is called server. Inside this server, which resource? Web app 1 / index dot. What is that? HTML. Index dot HTML. So URL is divided into how many parts? How many parts? 4 parts. What is the first part? Protocol. What is the second part? IP address. What is the third part? Port number. What is the fourth part? Resource. Can you access the resource without knowing this address and port number? No. And this can be bind. I mean, this can be bind with what name here? What name? Host name, right? Instead of writing this, you can simply write some naresheti.com. Then this complete thing is host name, web application, resource, everything is bind with that domain name, or what is that? Host name, right? Yes. So it is divided into 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. One is a protocol. Second one is IP address. Third one is port number. Fourth one is resource. Resource, application, resource. What is URI? What is URI? What is URI? What is URI? URI stands for what? URI. What is URI stands for? URI stands for any online students. What is URI? URI stands for uniform resource identification. Uniform resource identification. Uniform resource identification. Uniform resource identification. Identifier or identification. So it's nothing but, suppose you'll say, where is the resources available? Web application 1. Where the resource is available in web application 1. Where the resource is available in web application 2. This is called as resource identification. Or what is URN? URN also there. What is URN? Resource name. Resource name. Okay. URN stands for uniform resource. Resource, what is that? Name. What is the resource name? Index.html. It means URL is again further divided into how many parts? URL further divided into how many? URI, and one more is what? URN. What is your resource identification? What is your resource name? What is your resource identification? Resource is which one? web application, and what resource you want to access it from that web application, that is a resource name. Resource name and complete URL contain protocol, host name, port number, and one more is what? Resource. Port number and resource. Yes. No. Yeah, please just to try to understand this. What is URL, what is URI, and what is URN? Is it clear up to this? Yes? Is it clear? Tell me what is networking? Networking is a logical or physical link between two or more devices. Networking is used for sharing data or information or resources. These resources can be what? Software or hardware. What is IP address? IP address stands for Internet Protocol address. Each system or device in networking is identified with one unique number called which one? IP address. It is just like house number or not? Yes. Then what is host name? A host name is wrapper of IP address. Our host name is bind with IP address. Okay. Yes. What is port number? Is an integer number used to identify server program. Okay. So in one system, how many servers can be there? Any number of servers, but each server is identified with, yes, one unique number called port number. In networking, how many programs will be there? Two programs. One is client and one more is a server. In internet, which one is called as a client? Browser. Browser is a client. By using which you are communicating with which server? Internet server, right? What is protocol? Defines set of rules and regulations to have communication between two programs in networking. Okay. Yes. Now in networking, one program talk to another program by following certain rules and regulations, that you call it as which one? Protocol. Then what is URL? URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. What it contain? Protocol, host name, port number, and resource. If you want to access any resource from the server, you should know server port number, server address, and how you are communicating with that server. That is called as which one? Protocol. So URL stands for Uniform Resource Identification. URN stands for Uniform Resource Name. Is it clear this? Okay. The next is, next is what is web? What is web and what is internet, right? So what is networking? Now, what is HTML? Hypertext markup language. Is it a programming language? No, it is not a programming language. And HTML is used for creating web pages. Creating web page. Okay, web page. HTML is for presentation or not? Yes. In web, how you present the information or data? By using one document, and that document is designed by using what? HTML. And how you style the document? Using CSS. How you perform the actions on web page? JavaScript. Very easy. Okay. Yes, very simple and easy. Now, is it HTML, CSS, JavaScript is used as a front end or back end? Front end. Front end. Front end means what you see is called as a front end. Sir, no. So every application required front end to communicate with what? Back end. Yes. Is it clear this? Okay. Then what is, yes, what is web? What is web? Next question comes here is, what is web or World Wide Web? Yes. Online students, is it clear? All of you online students? Online students, is it clear up to this? Okay. Okay. Yes. Now here, now what I want to tell you is, after each concept, means after each topic, we'll develop one small case study in HTML, one small case study using HTML and CSS, and one small case study using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Miss, at the end of the course, you'll be doing how many capstone projects? 3 you'll be doing it. HTML and HTML using CSS, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And at the end of each and every topic, you'll be doing one exercise. Okay. Yes. Anyway, today is the first class. I'll not continue now. Tomorrow I'll continue, and tomorrow we'll continue with what is web and history of what HTML and all the things. Is it clear today's class? All of you, right? Please, you should be very good in basics. If you don't know basics, it will become very difficult for you only. Okay. So we'll learn from basics. Okay. So thank you. We'll see tomorrow. Thank you very much. Right. Yeah, well, I'll provide the notes. See, these notes will be there in the Google Classroom. Maybe tomorrow I'll upload in the Google Classroom. Right. So thank you. Online students, you want to ask anything? Online students, you want to ask anything? You just put in chat window. No, this is only HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. There's no Bootstrap, Angular, no. It's only HTML, CSS, JavaScript. It's only HTML, JavaScript. Yes. Can we learn React.js parallelly? No, you cannot learn. Yes, we'll do one small project. Yes. Recordings, I don't think so. Google Classroom code, tomorrow I'll give you. Not yet created Google Classroom. Once it is created, I'll share it. Once it is created, I'll share it. Classroom is not created. All these are regular classes. So this course includes HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Tomorrow I'll share the Google Classroom link. For demo classes, you'll get the recordings. First 5 to 6 classes, you'll get the recordings, not the complete course. Yeah, that details you'll get it. Shanti, yes. You'll get the details. They'll provide way to pay and all the things. Yeah, I'll tell you our Telegram group and all the things. Not now. The group is not created. Once it is created, I'll share it. Telegram group is not created. Once it is created, I'll share it. I'll tell you the Google Classroom link. Classroom link is not created. Once it is created, I'll share it. Tomorrow I'll share the Google Classroom link. In that I'll put all these notes. Okay. Yes. Online students. Right. Online students. Is it clear your doubts? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see tomorrow.